Hey babes, hello, hello, hello. So I was wondering if we could talk for a minute. Um, Spirit is doing a number on me, and I am literally just purging up traumas and handling them so I can heal. And I woke up, and I saw a video of somebody talking about Kate, adaptive Kate, or something like that. She kind of like jumped on Gypsy in the beginning, calling her out, saying that Gypsy stole her story and that, Kate lost a leg. I'm sorry, it's been a hell of a week. Basically, saying that her mom suffered from Munchausen syndrome by proxy. And she's, went viral for it, talking about it, explaining in detail about it, saying that she lost a healthy leg because of her mother. And, just really like being in the front line about it. And this other lady, she pulled out some receipts, and I was like, oh shoot, that's crazy, and it got me thinking because I had reached out to Kate once in the beginning, once I found out about her through my babes, and she never got back to me. And to me that was odd because whenever I see like people that share similar things I've been through, I always connect with them because that's why I believe I survived all my real traumas, and it's literally like a slap in the face to me, somebody who has experienced horrific things like for years, and just see these wannabes come up and just do it for clout, and it's total lies. So I I started feeling like my traumas were coming up after seeing just a piece of that lady's video where she's outing adaptive Kate. And when this happens, I know it's spirit working on me and with me. And, so I allow myself to feel these feelings. Well, while doing that, I got this, it's like a feeling, right? Like a feeling. And I I have little sisters, right? I have a portal, a birthing person that put me through so much to the point I decided to leave at 14 years old, and I've never been back. I heard rumors, after I left that, my mother had Munchausen syndrome by proxy. Was it ever diagnosed? I don't think so. But I don't really know my sisters. So I reached out to her, my youngest sister, and I just asked her. I just straight out asked her the only way I knew how to word it. And I wanted to show you guys something. You know, Real victims aren't going to flaunt what they've been through. They're not going to do that. It real victims would not, as soon as they get out of prison, you know, run to get facial reconstruction. I just want to add a piece real quick. This ain't got nothing to do with it. But everybody's like, oh, Gypsy's not really pregnant. Yes, she is. She's pregnant. How do I know this? Because this is the only thing she's trying to prove. It's the only thing she's trying to prove. It's the only thing has been trying to do. Okay, she's always wanted to do this. She did it. She's pregnant. Did you notice that the very last ITC Ovilus session I did, or spirit box session, I think, it was mentioning like the fist and the boxing, and the next day or two later, she posts an ultrasound where the baby puts the fist up and starts punching her, and then she has this such annoying laugh. It was like, what is that? Who can deal with that all day? But yeah, so I wanted to show you this, and I just feel like we need to stop worshiping and glorifying the ones that won't prove it. You understand? I I said I will prove that I have been through everything. I haven't told everybody everything. I give you little bits here. I don't go into detail. I refuse to, but I would do that to prove that I'm a victim, just to see if they would do it. Would you, Gypsy? Will you take a lie detector test to prove that you're putting out true books? Huh? Kate, will you take a lie detector test? I have no problem with it. I tried to give her, I shouldn't even be saying this, but I tried to give her another chance, right? I always feel like I have this version of who I want her to be in my head and who she actually is, and just always wanting a mother because I haven't had one since I was 14, and the one I did was mentally challenged, I shouldn't even talk about this, but I cut her off. Like, completely cut her off. No explanation, no nothing. Why? Because if, like, she's tried to text me and, hey, I don't know what I did wrong, and I'm not answering that. Because if I start answering, then you just pulled me back in the cycle. You know exactly what you did, and I don't have to explain myself. I'm standing my ground and I'm standing on my business. I can only be better than what you were, and that's what she's mad about. You gotta remember, these are energies within beings, right? So, whatever consumes you, that's who you are. So, we're not dealing with just people, we're dealing with their energies too. And I have been fighting like hell to keep her out of my energy. She stalks me, she stalks my daughter, my oldest daughter. She makes fake accounts. Her neighbor, from wherever the hell she moved, I don't know, I don't care. Don't want to know. Her neighbor started trying to contact me? What? What? I have been doing everything to protect my family from this being. I refuse to allow that energy in my home. Now, let me show you something. All right, so I asked my sister, I crossed out her name because of weirdos. Unfortunately, by reading this, my portal would know which child this is, and I rebuke her. So it says, yeah, I couldn't say who exactly it came from because, okay, so I told her in the beginning, I said, basically, like, when after I left my home at 14, look, it's 1, 2, 3. Oh, on my kitchen clock, 1, 2, 3, 4. I said to her that, I remember after I left, and nobody from that family was in my life, I started hearing like rumors and stuff, that my mom had this thing called Munchausen by proxy. And, I never heard of that before. And I was like, what's that? And, I would hear like little stories, right? But I never knew who it came from or, why that was coming up if I wasn't in the picture no more, right? So it says, yeah, I couldn't say who exactly it came from or anything. I think from what I remember, the accusations were that Brenda had Munchausen. I don't know how to spell it, which was her making herself sick for attention. And then also her making her children sick for the pity, attention, and advantages, which would be the by proxy. But yeah, I don't know. I know in my own childhood, she would give me things with milk and say, it was a secret between us. And then we would go to the doctors because I would start coughing and stuff. And then she would coach me in the car to make a better sounding cough so the doctor could see I was sick, stuff like that. I honestly wouldn't give a shit what she thinks. Haha, but that's just me. Now, the ending part is basically because I was like, I feel like if I would ever try to tell my story, she would just try to make me look like the bad guy because that's what she did, growing up. She used to tell my daughter horrible things about me. Well, that's abuse. Anytime you talk crap about a child's parent to the child, that's mental abuse, okay? And she did it with my sisters. Oh, don't be like Candace. She's the bad one, And it's like, I'm not bad. I'm a child. I was a child. I was a baby. I also said, where was it? Yeah, but with making her drink milk, my mom would always say that Kayla was allergic to milk, eggs, and cheese. And then on my birthdays, I would have quote unquote crumble cakes because my cake would just fall apart to pieces because there was no milk and eggs in them. Well, come to find out, I think that's when it started. Come to find out, when Kayla got older and moved out on her own, she found out she's not allergic to that stuff. you know for me, what she says here, where she would coach her on what to say, she literally was doing that to me. And that's right after that is when my soul said, get the hell out of here fast. You're not dealing with just anything. This is not a real being. It's a real being, but it's not the one I want to be around. You understand? She would, I had a cyst in my leg, and I still have four of them on the opposite side. And we went to the doctor. She showed him it, and he was like, does it hurt? I'm like, yeah. It's not that it hurt. It was more like my leg will get tired because of it, pretty fast. And so he gave us a referral, and we were walking in the doctor's office. We were already in the hallway, and she touched my shoulder, and she was like, hey, limp, tell him it hurts, tell him it hurts a lot. And I was like, okay, because I trust this person, and I'm vulnerable. And I tell him that, and the next thing I know, I'm in a full-blown surgery in the middle of summer, you know. And my sister's having pool parties, and I just have to sit there in the sun with this big ass cast on my leg. And it was like after that, I realized like she made me lie. And I don't know why I left, my soul. I followed my soul. And, yeah, I went through even more trauma, but maybe I wouldn't have survived that other trauma. And now that I'm here, I'm just trying to be my authentic me. I refuse to let just anybody in my bubble. I try to control what's around me the best I can to keep myself safe and protected. And I just feel like everybody that's claiming this is like all showsy, like just out and about. And yeah, that's not how real trauma works. And let me tell you all about my story. This is not a story, this is my life. That's the difference. Y'all telling stories. This is my life. And that's how you can tell the difference between liars. Y'all see the pain in my eyes. I can't help that shit. These people that are telling you that they've been through the horrific thing, it's not in their eyes. It's not there. The eyes are this portal to the soul. Like, you can't hide that. you know. And then it goes on to talk about how hold on, I just don't want to get her name in it. Hold on. She says, I feel like one of Tazzie's teachers, Tazzie's my daughter, one of Tazzie's teachers said that as well, but that came from mom herself, and she removed my daughter out of school and started homeschooling her, and that was in Charlotte. So Brenda could have started the rumor herself, which would be weird, but I wouldn't put it past her. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, it's just a slap in the face. It really is. It's terrible. I feel like, this world is so backwards. People see money and just run with it. But I feel like it's the wrong people. It's the wrong people. Y'all glorifying the wrong ones. And it's not even, it's weird, like, because me being a real survivor, I don't want to be glorified. I just want to experience, like, real love. Like, not just boyfriend, girlfriend love. Like, just, you understand what I'm trying? I'm not throwing myself. I don't flaunt myself. I come, I say what I gotta say, and I keep it limited. I used to share more, but I have a bigger following now, and it's awkward with the certain responses I be getting. I wish I could share more with you guys, but it's just, that's not me. you know I don't want a camera following me around 24/7. I don't want to have to talk and explain details about what I went through. Like, that's fucking weird to me. Like, people want the details, and I get it. You're curious, but for me, I'm not curious. I lived it. So it's a little harder, to, and then I just feel like I know how she is, and she's always turned it around on me. And nothing's changed. She hasn't grown. So it's going to be the same exact thing. That's why I just leave it alone. I just leave it alone. But I feel like Spirit saying, no, 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 no. No, your job is outing demons. You are the virus in the matrix, okay? I am here to flip the order back around. Little old me. I'm not the only one, though. A lot of you guys are supposed to be doing it. You just ain't feel the call yet. But yeah, I'm just talking. I just wanted to spend some time and just let you know that, I'm mentally going through so much, like so freaking much. The baby in first grade, the homework for the vocal academy is crazy. It's amazing. It's really fun. I'm working on week two's homework, so if you want to follow me on that journey, I would like to post it here because that's where most of my fans are, but I'll probably post it on my other channel as well, just so you could get a little glimpse of what I'm doing if you care. I don't know, but yeah. Thank you, babes, that are here with me. I appreciate it. I don't know, I just feel like everything's backwards, and I think this is all part of my healing, including the Gypsy Rose case. I think this is the perfect way to out her lies. Was what? To actually go through shit. Because now I can see if she actually went through that, and she didn't. The only trauma she has is, and it's not even trauma, it's almost like an enjoyment when she thinks about her quote unquote trauma, in her eyes. It's the actual scene, the crime scene of her mother, because I know she's seen it. It's in her eyes. I could see it. She was definitely in that room. I heard just now that Nick had ED. So I was right about those bed sheets and pillows everywhere around Dee Dee. That's disgusting. Anyways, I love you, babes. I'm getting out of here. I will work on a video today with the spirit box. I'm just trying to chill out just a little bit. I haven't been resting well. I get a lot of bad energy thrown at me, and you know, I'm handling it. That's it. I love you, babes.